Hi, I am Balaji Venkatesh and today I will be explaining about my project Objetecht which I designed for my internship with Clever. I am a student studying in grade 10 at Radwa International School Yanbu, Saudi Arabia. The main purpose of Objetecht is to identify. It can identify anything from a teddy bear to a fire. It's a lightweight app that's very efficient and boasts a high confidence in its identification, meaning whatever it identifies with high accuracy. The project aims to help the few who cannot recognize objects properly. This would greatly contribute to many, as some of them have visual impairment, around 2 billion people. As the AI identifies object, it can help people recognize what the object is by reading out the name of the object to the visually impaired and for the blind. It can also help people identify new objects which they may have not known about. As object identification is only the base, it can also used to be help identifying fires, shapes, emotion in speech, and text. Since object identification is the base, it leads to the name obj from object, tect from text, and detection. Now I'll be giving a live demonstration of my app, Objetecht. Like many other apps, my app also has a loading screen, similar to that of Instagram and WhatsApp. Like both Instagram and WhatsApp, it also shows its logo and its title in the loading screen. As you can see here, there's the Objetecht logo and the picture. And this is the home page of Objetecht. And here you can see the logo on top, the title home, and there are the three buttons as you can see on every other app. If you go to CamTech, that's the first one that detects using camera, and texted using input given by the keyboard, and speed text using input given by speech, and help tells you what these buttons do, and raters lets you input a number and gives you feedback based on the number, sending this number back to me so I can change the app based on your feedback. And here is the welcome to Objetecht sign, and here's the motto: detect everything from a teddy bear to fire with Objetecht. And here, if you go to fire detection, you could see it opens a new window in which you could see the person clearly, and it also opens an alarm. You can also hear alarm if fire is lit, and it also says
Fire is detected.
and it also draws a box around the fire. And if you press Q and you close it, you could go move on to the next one. And if you move your cursor in front of the button, it changes color. If you go to shape detection, you could see shapes. For example, behind a plain background, you could see that this is a circle. This is a circle. You could see it recognizes a circle. Although there's a lot of noise behind the page, it's because of my environment. And you can also close this with the same method, pressing Q and then closing the window. And if you go to object detection, it can detect the object. For example, it can detect a person and it will say I detect a person. And if it can detect a teddy bear, it will say I detect a teddy bear.
I can detect a person.
I can detect a person. And if you wait for a few seconds, it also shows I can detect a teddy bear.
I can detect a teddy bear.
As you have heard it, it can detect a teddy bear. And with given time, with
I can
2
detect
or
a teddy
3 more
bear.
seconds, I
I
can
can
detect
detect a
both
person.
the person and the teddy bear, as I said. You close this with the same method
I
of
can
pressing
detect a
Q
person. I can detect a
and
teddy bear.
closing the window.
I can detect a person.
And now you could go back to the home screen using the home button. After going back home, you can press text it, for example, and you can type your text you want. For example, I feel good. and you can press submit,
I
and it
feel good
replies
has a
with
positive connotation.
I feel good has a positive connotation, and you could rechange the sentence to I feel great, and
I
you can
feel great
submit
has a
again.
positive connotation.
And it replaces I feel good with I feel great has a positive connotation. And you could also change it so I feel bad. You also do
I
that.
feel bad has a negative connotation.
So now it has a negative connotation, and now it's been replaced with I feel good and great. So after you go back home, you can go to speed tech, for example, and after you press the button, you can start speaking. I am fine.
I am fine has a positive connotation.
As you heard it speak, I am fine has a positive connotation. Then, as usual, the home button also changes color, and you can go back home. And you can also go to the help, and you could see this also contains the help title, and you could see it contains a brief description of all the buttons provided. CamTech detects fire object using camera or an uploaded image. TextEd detects emotions of the text entered, and SpeedTech detects connotation of the words spoken. And if you go back to rate us, you can enter a number from 1 to 5, say 3 for example, and you press submit.
Thank you for the
It stores
valuable
the
feedback.
number and gives a reply.
We will continue to improve the app.
It also writes the message down in case the speaker is disabled. And you can also change the number, and you can resubmit it again.
Thank you for the valuable feedback.
And it also stores that number, and it reprints the whole message.
Please tell us how to improve.
And
Thank
depending
you
on
for
the
the
number
valuable
given,
feedback.
there's dynamic feedback. And if ever a number is entered that's not between 1 to 5, it will tell you to re-enter the number.
Please enter a number from 1 to 5.
Exactly. And now going back home, this is my project Objetecht, and now I'll show you the backend code. This is the backend and frontend code for my project Objetecht. Here I imported all the libraries needed for the project, and here I declared all the variables. After that, I declared all the functions needed. As you can see here, everything starts with def and the function name, which is self-explanatory. And after that, I imported a few modules here and there and reclassified the variables a bit so it can be easy to access later on in the following function. At the end, after I declared all the variables and function, I call canvas 0 function, and after 250 milliseconds, I call canvas 1. This allows me to open canvas 0, the pre-page you saw earlier, and it allows it to destroy itself and then open canvas 1, the home page of my app object. And r1.main loop allows the button to work and makes sure everything goes correctly. Now if you go back to the variables, there are 5 variables I need to mention: the config and wait. These two are the configuration folder variables for my object detection using Coco names, and this one is important for fire detection using Cascade classifier. And these two are the colors that allow for different color change every time you move between screens or hover the cursor over the button. This function, although self-explanatory, it changes the button color every time the mouse hovers over it. This one finds the objects given to input. This one gets the connotation, tone, or meaning of the sentence provided. The response gets the entry given in the text area, and it takes the connotation using the get connotation from earlier, and it provides a reply with, for example, if I am fine is inputted, it provides a reply with I am fine has a neutral connotation or a good connotation. Speak text reads the text out loud to people who need help. Recognize speech recognizes the speech spoken by the user in speech text. and the respond takes the response of the user from the rater section, stores it, and responds accordingly. These 6 functions here destroy the original canvas and open the new canvas according to the number on the function. For example, screen 2 destroys the first canvas and opens canvas number 2. And here are the functions. Canvas 0. Canvas 0 has a logo and it has a title Objetecht. That's all it consists of, and this is the pre-page, hence named Canvas 0. Canvas 1 has the home, is the home page, and it has the title Welcome to Objetecht, and it has our logo, detect everything from a teddy bear to fire with tech. And it also contains 5 buttons: CamTech, TextTech, SpeedTech, Help, and Raters. After that, fire detection helps detect fire. Shape detection is responsible for detecting shape, while object detection is responsible for detecting objects. All of them are called in this one using the command button here, so all 3 of the functions are called here in the function canvas 2. And canvas 2 also has 3 buttons and 1 button to go back to the home screen. Canvas 3, which is TextTech, has only 2 buttons, one for submitting it and one for going back. And it has one label which you saw, which makes sure the user does not include any punctuation other than the period. Speech detection helps detect the speech, and in Canvas 4 it's called through a button, detect speech. And after detect speech is called, the speech will start being detected and the output will be read out to the user. And there's also another home button, and this home button is present in every canvas in the same place in case the user needs to go back to the home page. And in Canvas 5, which is the help canvas, it contains what each button does, like CamTech detects fire and objects using the camera, while TextTech detects emotion of the text entered, and SpeedTech detects the connotation of the words spoken. And this also contains a home button in case the user wants to go back home. The raters contains an input field, a submit button, and a return to home button also. The input field takes the input, and after submitting it, a message is popped up because it calls the function respond, and according to respond here, according to respond, a message will be popped up, and the user will get the message accordingly. If the user inputs a number from 0 to 3, then it will tell, please tell us how to improve, and thank you for your valuable feedback. If the user does not enter a number from 1 to 5, it will say, please enter a number from 1 to 5, and so on. Before signing off, there are a few people who would like to mention my thanks to, starting with my parents, who helped me and encouraged me to pick and finish my project, and my mentor Ms. Shivani from Clevered, who helped me through the hard and dry times of my coding journey. Thank you very much.